Welcome back to my channel, and before we start this video, I just want to give a quick shout out to my sponsor today. So I'm super excited. It is Dress Up Time Princess, and it's finally being released in the US server now. If you have seen my previous video and you have pre-registered for this game already, it's time to wear the limited edition bridal gown set and receive the game packs, which are worth about $300. But if you missed this big pre-registration event, here is a special opportunity for my viewers. So number one, download it in the link in the description to get the beautiful bridal gown set. You can also use my code effie, so like my name. They use my name, and then you type it into the game and you can redeem $100 worth of game packs. But with that aside, I really just want to talk to you guys about the game. There are tons of beautiful 3D animated clothing that you can craft, alter, dye, and more. There are intriguing story chapters that are very interactive because the choices you choose actually determine which stages become unlocked for you. But the actual coolest thing I found about this game is that you can actually borrow and share your clothing with your friends. I'll be making a future video that talks about all the different aspects of gameplay for Dress Up Time Princess, but if you're already interested, you can click on the download link in my description to download the game. And to all my viewers, again, we're in for a treat because the code that was issued for my viewers will give you special packs worth $100 in the game. So thank you guys for helping me get here today. I wouldn't have been able to collaborate with such a huge company without all your support. Okay, let's start the video. So disclaimer, recipe crafting for ranking suits is not confirmed and will probably never come to our server. I'm just discussing this issue because my dear friend Ace had recently suggested to me that I could do a video topic with regards to whether ranking events should return. I thought that I would switch up the topic a little and talk about recipe crafting for ranking event suits because it would be a less controversial topic and I actually had a more solid stance on this one. So that's why I'm doing the video. And before I answer this question, I'll quickly recap the history of ranking events in our server. So 2 years ago, our server experienced its first ranking event. In the event Haunted Night, Banshee Momiji was an exclusive set that only the top 500 players could obtain. To rank up, players are required to spend an exorbitant amount of diamond/money. This is unlike normal events because in normal events, at least everybody has a chance to obtain the suit regardless of whether they spend money or not. However, spending money on ranking events is a given, and it's highly unlikely that a V0 player could obtain a rank of top 500 or higher. So there have been rumors that for this specific event, people have spent nearly $500 so that they could obtain this suit. Needless to say, there was tremendous backlash with regards to ranking events, and that resulted in the developers responding with this. And after this response, a lot of players were under the assumption that the developers will respect our feelings towards ranking events and they will no longer be giving us any more ranking events. This response was able to calm the community, and all was well until there was another announcement of a ranking event. So a lot of players could not believe that the developers would decide to bring yet another ranking event to the server. This time, it was the Goldfish girls, and yet again, only the top 500 players would be able to obtain both the exclusive suits. The community band together, and this time the boycott was much louder and much more effective. The boycott's purpose was to have the community come together as a whole and withhold from spending any money in the game. This way, we could effectively communicate to the developers that this event was not welcomed in our server and that they will be losing their player base if these events were to stay. The resulting drop in the revenue for this game this time was so severe that it seemed that we finally got the message across to the developers. But this is not the case in other servers. For example, there was a ranking suit in the Japan server for the Miracle Hell event that actually never came to our server. We only had the first 4 suits, but the ranking suit you see in this video didn't actually come to our server and probably never will unless the developers are kind of craving for another boycott because they want to just spice up their lives. But this is kind of unfortunate for us because for some reason ranking suits are always so freaking nice. Like, they did us real dirty for this. With this outfit, we could have had Athena here to cosplay with. Athena hair! But recently, it seemed like the developers thought it was time again to kind of sneak in a ranking event. It was literally less than a month ago that we had the Hell event, and in that Hell event, there was a kind of down low ranking event for the avatar frames. And my friend Nightshade spent nearly $1,000 to obtain number 1 in one of the 4 ranking frames. You can check out our YouTube video where I interview her. She is a VIP 15 whale in case you guys don't know already, or you can check out her Instagram post that details her journey to getting the frames. So for clarification, just in case you guys were wondering, like, why did it cost $1,000 to get the frame, but only like $500 back then to obtain the Banshee Momiji suit? The most likely reason for this is because back then our player base was a lot smaller, and since then our player base has grown much more. That just means that there's much more competition compared to October 2017 when the game was still relatively new. So now with all the context you need, this leads to the main question of the video. Should ranking suits come back for crafting? By the way, this is just my opinion. Like, I expect people to not agree with me, but I would really love to hear your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. I think that no. I don't think that ranking suits should come back for crafting. Trust me, these suits I mentioned earlier, like the Banshee Momiji set and then the Goldfish girls, they are so beautiful and stunning. I would literally trade a third of my wardrobe just for these sets because the hair and makeup from the Momiji set alone is so beautiful. However, I don't think that it would be fair to the players who spent all the money to get an exclusive suit. This was basically advertised as an exclusive suit, and it just feels really unfair to return the suit when players spent a lot of money thinking that it was going to be exclusive. I think the developers would lose a lot of credibility just to bring it back. However, I also know that it's unfair for the rest of the players who never even had a chance to obtain the suits. And all I can say is that it's unfair. Like, there's nothing I can justify it with. It's just unfair. But I just want to talk about the other side of the argument. Like, what if we decided to bring these suits back for crafting? And just hear me out over here. I had to think about what would be fair if the developers did bring these suits back for crafting. I guess the only way that it would be fair is to have the suit cost the same amount of diamonds as what the top players spent to get it. So whether that be diamonds or cash, like, I think diamonds would make more sense because realistically, who would buy Banshee Momiji, only Banshee Momiji, if it came back in the boutique for $500? I think it would be more realistic if the suit came back for crafting and it was the equivalent in diamonds of $500. So let's just do the math over here. $100 is equivalent to 6,300 diamonds. So $500 would be the equivalent of 5 times 6,300 diamonds, and that would be 31,500 diamonds. Would you even craft that? Like, I don't think I would even touch it. There are things that are worth 200 diamonds and I still don't craft it here. I'm just speaking from personal experience. And for the record, I'm open to other sides of the arguments. Personally, this would be the only fair way to bring back the suit. I don't think there can even be a quote-unquote fair way to bring back the suit because this whole event and concept was unfair to begin with. However, I think at the end of the day, it still wouldn't make sense to bring the suit back for crafting because it would be a crazy amount of diamonds for people to craft, and probably nobody besides Nightshade and Syngtu, no shade I promise, would spend all those diamonds to craft the suit. But even if it was still available, there would still be so much backlash regarding that, and there would be just some credibility issues with regards to the developers. I mean, I guess it wouldn't hurt to have the suit be available for crafting so that you can slowly chip away at the items, but at the end of the day, I personally think that it's better to just close that chapter and look towards newer and more beautiful suits, I guess. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Just to let you know, the video clip I have up playing here is just a very old clip of me collecting items. I didn't know what to put here during the time where I was explaining my stance. So yeah, if you like this type of content, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you all later.